Let's start the session. Seated on the floor, legs could be crossed, they could be open, whatever it is that you want to do. I would like you to ensure that your sit bones are sitting in the floor itself. So those two bones that are sticking out from the pelvis, I would like you to kind of dig yourself into the floor. The pelvis, we need to align that neutral position. What is it? Let's remember. We're finding it by tilting our pelvis forwards and backwards and finding the point in the middle. So if you tilt it forwards, if you tilt it backwards, you kind of roll on the pelvis in and out, and then you find the point in the middle in between those two curls or curves. At the same time, we're engaging through the center. And again, if you realize that your legs are uncomfortable, you're welcome to change them to whatever position that you want. One leg could be out as well. Anything that works for you down here. You could be sitting on a couple of books or some pillows as well. So from here, coming back to that thought of the engagement, make sure that here everything is mildly pulled in and activated, but not to the point of a sucking and you cannot move. It's just a gentle activation, as if you were wearing something a little bit tight and then zipping yourself into it. You know, a pair of jeans that came straight from the wash. Okay, so it doesn't have that give in just yet. So once we have this in place, we need to direct our breath towards the rib cage, because we need to inhale and exhale from somewhere while this section is engaged and almost steady. Of course, there's some breath going into the stomach, but not as much as if that was yoga, for example, where we just stomach breathing. So from here, imagine that your lungs and your rib cage is like a balloon, and we are expanding that balloon, inhaling through the whole of the balloon, forwards, backwards and sideways, and then we're exhaling through the mouth, and the balloon gets kind of floppy almost. Okay, so now come in, and then inhale, open up through the nose. So inhale through the nose as much as you can, unless it's blocked, of course, then don't. And then exhale through the mouth and shrink that balloon. So let's practice that. Sometimes people say place your hands on bottom of the rib cage, and as you inhale, big inhale, the fingers should kind of separate at the front, and if you come back, you can also do that and place the hands on the side, and again you'll be breathing into your hands rather than just kind of in and out shallow breath. So we've got the neutral pelvis, we've got the activation within the center, we've got our breathing in place. We're now going to look after the shoulders. So what I would like you to do is to kind of loosen up through the shoulder area, whatever that means. It could be a bit of a freestyle roll. And then as you do so, inhale and then exhale, roll back and gently contract the shoulder blades when you do so, okay? So inhale and exhale, melt the shoulders down to the base of your spine. So imagine you've got your pockets in your jeans. Let's go back to those jeans. You've got pockets at the back over here, and you're melting your shoulder blades and insert them into the pockets of those trousers. Okay, so inhale, exhale, melt down. Breathe in and breathe out, and then on this last breathe out here, of course keep breathing, just maintain that position, maintain those shoulders melting, maintain that open feeling through the neck. The arms are relaxed, the arms are light. So the shoulder blades are mildly contracted and connected, and the spine is long, the neck is long, and now feel that somebody's pulling you up through the crown of the head, just growing you, lengthening. Right. From here, inhale, and as you exhale, bring your chin towards your chest. That's it, nice and slow. Feel as the spine opens up, the top section of the spine opens up. You could have a kind of a pulley sensation as well around the muscles of the upper back. And then inhale, look up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. That's it. And again, we're going down, exhale, we're now starting to move it in and out, and then inhale, come up. Exhale, and inhale. Good. Bring your neck back to center, and we're going into our gentle waking up of the neck. That's it. Nice and easy, not too much jiggle, not too much force, just opening up. Maybe you feel like having a yawn when you do so, and you reach that place where it feels very stretchy and yawny. Have one on me. And then come over here, stop wherever you are, and then roll down. Inhale, open up, and exhale to come down. So the chin comes towards the chest. That's your exhale, and inhale when the neck rolls towards the side. Alright, one more, and come back to a neutral neck alignment. So head back on top of the neck, and we're going to look to the right, exhale, and then inhale and look to the left. Or left and right, whatever you've got going on there, whichever way you're going. That's it, beautiful. And release through the arms, release through that neck. We're going into the shoulders. Inhale, open up, both arms come up. Exhale, both arms come down. That's it, inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, both arms come down. One more time, remember breathing through the nose if possible, and breathe out through the mouth. Now right arm will reach up towards the ceiling, pull up and stretch. The left arm will press down. And again, if you're on your screen, my arms are not right and left. You just do what you can with yours, okay? So if the screen is mirroring itself and I'm using my right arm, but on your screen it looks like on the left arm, just keep going. Whichever arm, it doesn't matter, we only have two. Good. So reach up, reach one to the ceiling. That's it. Open up. So one arm presses down to the floor. You can have a flat hand on the floor, and the other one presses up towards the ceiling. Both shoulders are away from ears, and you can either inhale and exhale on that motion and lengthening. I really like to exhale as I do so. That's the one. Now hold this arm over here, and then super slowly give yourself a gentle side bend one way. Come back in and release, and then switch. Gentle side bend, that's it. And come back in, and then as you release the arm here, open up through the arm so you've got more space around you. Inhale, we're going one. Exhale, arm on top of the shoulder. Inhale. So we're going into the spinal mobility now. We looked after the neck. We're now going below the neck. We're going down towards the upper back, mid back, and the lower back. Shoulders away from ears, and of course shoulders are still warming up. They're still working as well. Make sure that the bottom elbow is relaxed and the bottom shoulder is relaxed as well. See whether you can go deeper and deeper towards the floor. Exhaling as you do so, really reaching out towards that floor. That's it. One here and one there, and then we come back into a static position. Great stuff. Come back in, both arms across the chest, and we're going into spinal rotation. Inhale. As you exhale, we're going in, inhale, and exhale, going the other way. Now do remember that if your neck is moving, you can stabilize it by placing one of your fingers on the chin or the nose. And also if your shoulders want to get involved into the action, just give them a gentle tap, tell them to relax. We are only rotating from the spine. Keep drawing in through the navel as well, and exhale on the rotation. Inhale in between, nice and easy. That's it. Last one, and release. Stay exactly where you are. I'm just going to move sideways for demonstration purposes. Inhale, and as you exhale, place both of your hands in front of you. Then breathe in and breathe out super slowly. Start lengthening towards the floor. Now you don't have to go far, but just ensure that you're promoting a long spine. Folding over the legs, then coming in, inhale. Lift through the chest, exhale, we're going down. That's it, going down. Nose in between the arms, so we're coming back in, inhale. And as you exhale, we're going one more time. You can glide or walk your hands down. Ears in between the biceps. And bottom stays on the floor as much as you can. Good work. Now place both of your arms behind your back. Clasp your hands together if you can. If not, keep them down on the floor if there's a restriction of the shoulder joint. And then inhale, open up, lift up through the chest, reach up through the chin, super, super tall. And then release back into that neutral position. And yet again, next time around, you can move the arms away, further away from you. Reach up, inhale, and then exhale. And again, you can maybe move those arms further away. Inhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And releasing. Nice work. Both arms in front. Inhale. As you exhale, round up through the spine, drawing in through the navel. Head goes in between your shoulders and arms. And then open up, and you can again push out. You can place those hands behind you or clasp them together depending what feels comfortable for your shoulder. Mainly the restriction will be in the front of the shoulder here. Open up, inhale, really lengthen, pushing the chest out to the ceiling, squeezing through the shoulder blades. Last one, breathing out, rolling on that tailbone. Nice work, shoulders down, and open up, super tall, and super tall. Well done, team. That's really, really nice. From here, what I would like you to do is to make sure that you're now on the mat, where the mat is in front of you and behind you, so you may need to swivel, and then I need you to unfold through the legs. So as you have unfolded through your legs, you're sitting on your mat, lengthen through the spine and place both of your hands below the knee joint, and your hands are nice and light. So let's agree on that one. There's no pressure, no holding onto the leg. Inhale, drawing through the navel, and as you exhale, all you need to do is to draw in through the pelvic floor muscles, so drawing through the private areas, draw through the pelvic floor, and then roll on the tailbone only. So do your best to stay upright as much as you can, but shrink through the abdominal wall as much as you can as well, and then open up super tall. That means we are really getting inside our abdominals, that core foundation work, but we're also triggering that pelvic floor. So we are consciously activating and engaging through that base that we have over there. So breathe in, and as you breathe out, again, stay as tall as you can be. So everything kind of from the rib cage up stays tall, and everything from the rib cage down curls under. That's your exhale and inhale. Now see whether you can go a little bit lower. So every time you go down, just go a little bit lower, just ensuring that we have enough space underneath and behind us. Inhale, as you exhale, the hands can be gliding now on those legs. You know, got a little bit of like a security blanket. But of course, if you don't need them, you can take the arms away from the legs. Keep shrinking and keep rolling down super slow, really depending on the strength of the abdominals to send us down. Unfold, inhale, but do remember to stay engaged through the core as you do so. Shoulders relaxed, breathing in. And shortly before you start lifting up, start exhaling. So exhale before you start lifting, and then come up super slow. That's it. So the idea is, yes, of course, it's possible to go up and down using momentum, but today we are taking the momentum away, and we're really focusing on the movement and all the muscles that need to be activated during that movement. So here we are shrinking through the abdominal wall, the feet, the knees, everything is in line. The pelvic floor is pulled in, so your private areas are pulled inside. We are rolling down, attaching to the floor, one vertebra at a time. And as you unfold to the floor, this is not a holiday time. This is a moment where you kind of regather. You're still activated. You inhale, shoulders are relaxed. And shortly before you start moving, you exhale. So you exhale, let's say a second before the movement, and then you start growing and pulling. Pull the rope. Come on, pull the rope. Start coming up. Start coming up. Imagine somebody is and something is there to help you out. Good team. Let's do 3 more, and after those 3 we start working a little bit deeper. So again, working super slow. For those who want to work harder, you could place your arms across your chest, and when you do so, your arms will become your weight. So this way, instead of having just your upper body weight with a couple of levers helping you, you now have to work super harder. Inhale. Exhale. And if you want to work even harder than this, you can take some of your weights that you have lying around the house and put on your chest as well. So you can hold your dumbbells, for example, in your hands, or you can hold, I don't know, something, a book, encyclopedia type of a book. So it's quite heavy. All right. So both hands either in front, so you can have them as your levers. Here, arms will be helping you to come up, and arms across your chest will be almost hindering you. So you're going to have to work against that weight. Inhale, last one to come up, super slow, shoulders relaxed, chin away from the chest, shrinking through that front abdominal wall and growing. Beautiful. Hopefully we have managed to have a little sensation around the abdominals, so you know that you're working. Both feet together, open up through the legs. Just give yourself a gentle opening, maybe movement through the neck as well. Lengthening through the spine and chest towards the feet. Great stuff. From here, we're going to come down to a position of shoulder bridge. Inhale, and as you exhale, melt down, and then we're going to end up lying in the shoulder bridge position. So super slow, both feet and knees hip width apart, both arms on the floor. Now from here, you can keep your arms on the floor, but you also can lift them up as you go along. So as you're up, as your lower body will come up, your arms can come up as well. If you want to hold on to the edges of the mat, you could to help you, but just be aware of the tension that then we create in our arms and shoulders. So inhale, and as you exhale, drawing through the navel, pulling through the pelvic floor, lift the hips away from the floor, and super slowly, one by one, start lifting up. Now I've got this very annoying hair clip hurting my head, so I'm going to remove that for now. So just ensure that if you have any discomfort, just remove those so you can focus on the exercise. Super slowly return to floor. The contraction through the glutes is mild but effective, so it's there as a support mechanism. Both of your knees are facing the ceiling, so when you do come up, when you go into that tilt of the pelvis and shrinking of the abs, and the pelvis goes light, sometimes the legs may want to go out to the side. So what I need you to do is to really use the inner thigh to hold those legs pointing up towards the ceiling. Now when it comes to the weight distribution here, I need you to push the weight against the back of your foot, that is your heel. So we are driving the weight through the back of your foot, okay? So unfold through the pelvis back into that neutral position. If you're struggling to find neutral in your lying down position, just remember the same mantra. Tilt the hips forwards and backwards and find a point in the middle. That's exactly the same thing. I cannot tell you whether your back will be imprinting or not, because it all depends on the build of your spine and on everything else we have around that spine. So you need to find your own neutral alignment in the eye of your mind, essentially. Inhale, last one. Exhale, pelvis away. Gentle contraction through the glutes. The hands are light. Remember, you can, if you want to, lift those hands towards the ceiling and hold that position there if you would like that. Now, if you do so, ensure that the shoulders kind of collapse to the floor so you feel the weight of the shoulders sinking into the ground. Team, we're going to lift through one of your legs. Choose one, I don't mind which one. Inhale, as you exhale, plant the weight into the heel of the supporting leg. Lift one leg into the hook, up towards the ceiling. Keep pushing that pelvis towards the floor. Lower the legs so both of the knees are in line. Pick the leg back up, go into the hook alignment and down to the floor. Now, if your pelvis got lowered, just push it back up. Just make sure that everything is in place before you start your next repetition. Inhale. For those who need to, you can place your hands on the floor for support. Hook it up, nice and tall through the leg. We're going down, so knee level of the working leg and the knee level of the supporting leg is together, they're in line. Then you go back into your hook, down to the floor. Again, if the pelvis drops down, just realign it, make sure everything is in place before you return to the floor. Now, before we do 2 more of our repetitions, I need you to release the spine, give yourself a gentle roll, and we'll do it again. How are you guys getting on? Is that a little bit too much? If it's too much, take something away. So for example, that leg going down and up, you can take that away and just focus maybe on the lifting of the leg. Even if lifting of the leg is too much, remember you can kind of just lift through the heels and practice just picking up the heels of the floor. All right, 2 more. Inhale. Relax through the shoulders, team. Roll up. Arms can be up, arms can be down on the floor. It's your choice. If you turn your palms up towards the ceiling, that means that there's no pressure there as well, no tension. Inhale. As you exhale, ensure that supporting knee keeps pointing towards the ceiling. Hook. For those who want to go back to the floor, you can just go back. If not, do your best to lengthen through that leg. Bring that leg down towards that long line position. Open it up. Inhale. Keep drawing in through that navel. Super engaged. Super strong. That's it. Now push that pelvis up if you dropped it. Inhale. As you exhale, plant the heel of the supporting leg to the floor. Go into the hook. Go into that long leg. Push that pelvis up. Keep pushing the pelvis up, team. That's it. Open up. Shoulders relax. Weight going into the back of your standing foot. Push the pelvis up nice and tall. And release back out to the floor. Relax through the spine. Take your time. Okay, give yourself a moment. Gentle roll through the pelvis. Last one to go. Only 1 more. All right, team. Both legs down to the floor, one at a time, ideally. Otherwise, you might go into back arching. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, we are rolling up. Gentle contraction through the glutes. Lift up. Strong position. Engage through the center. Engage through the ribs. Breathe in. As you breathe out, one of your legs come up into the hook. It goes into the long line.
You inhale in between those efforts, okay? So this is the effort, and then this is less of an effort, so that's the inhale, and then exhale on the effort again. Push the pelvis up if you've lost it, realign position before you start anything else. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, you go into that big effort. Keep planting the weight into the back of the standing foot. Keep pushing the pelvis up, nice and tall, drawing through the navel. Draw yourself back down to floor. Again, realign the pelvis if you feel that things got uneven. And then point by point, vertebra by vertebra, unfold through the spine until you reach your neutral alignment back again. Woo, great work. Both knees to chest, gentle roll, fantastic. From here, team, we're going to go into the tick-tock clock. So what I would like you to do is stay exactly where you are, unless you don't have much space around you, and you're going to have to kind of work one way only and then the other way. So you're going to have to adapt. If the space is tight, I'm going to change slightly so you can see the position better. What I would like you to do is to lengthen through both of your legs to the ceiling. So both of your feet are now pointing the ceiling. If this is uncomfortable, just bend the knees ever so gently. Both hands on the floor, but ideally palms up. However, if you're struggling with your lower back, you can place your hands under your pelvis as well, and this will give you a nice base, nice support. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, choose whichever side your pelvis is going to twist or come away from the floor. So you're now rolling on the side of the pelvis. You go as slow as you can go, but the shoulder blades has to stay on the floor. So inhale in between the motion, and then exhale to go to the other side. Do your best to keep your big toes together so the top leg will not be sliding on the bottom leg. Inhale. That's it, 6 out of 8. Nice work. Exhaling, going down as much as you can. Keep both of the shoulders on the floor. Keep the jaw relaxed, the neck relaxed. 5. That's it. We're going down in count. Good work, team. Remember, flex your knees if you need less weight. 4. Keep the big toes together or the knees together, so avoid gliding or sliding. Nice work. Exhale on effort. Which bit is harder? Is it to go down or to come up? 3. Nice. Coming back in. 2. Exhale. Coming back in. Inhale, last one. Exhale. Tick, tock, clock. Come back in, and then bring both of your knees together and have a gentle stretch. Nice work. Now stay exactly where you are. I'm just going to twist again for demonstration purposes. And we're going to go into lengthening and stretching of the glutes, stretching of the groin, but also strength through the upper body and the abs, of course, and the neck. Lengthen through one of your legs away from the floor, holding the other one by your chest. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, reach up with the upper body, so nose towards the knee. You don't actually have to touch it, but just kind of a big good hold of that front leg. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, switch through the legs and do the same thing. Now hands are light, so I'm not really holding that strongly onto the leg. The hands are light and the shoulders are relaxed. Exhale. Now find a rhythm of change. So as you're moving, exhale. Now for those who are experiencing troubles with their neck, you can place the head back on the floor if you want to, but ideally keep the head and the shoulder blades away from the floor. Breathing out and then breathing in between that motion. So as you're switching, that's your inhale, and as you really pull, that's your exhale. Keep drawing in that belly button towards the floor, and the lower back may be gently imprinting towards the ground as well. For 4, 3, nice work, team. 2, shoulders relaxed, and 1, excellent. Release back down to floor. Take a moment to yourself. Good work. And now we're going to move on to the side. So all you need to do is to roll over towards the screen and get yourself up into seated. How did that go? How did that feel? Yeah, okay. Little sensation around the tummy as well? Maybe. All right, shoulder strength. Placing yourself onto the side, and your legs, well, that's up to you. You can have them Easy version, one stack on top of the other. You can lengthen through the top one. You can have both of your legs lengthened. The hardest version would be to have them lengthened and stack one on top of the other, because that's where balance comes in, and we also have to carry more of our body weight. So if there are any issues within the shoulders, you might want to opt in for that level 1 or that level 2, or option 1, option 2. Tilt your hip forwards and backwards and find a point in the middle, drawing through the navel, gentle inclusion of the glutes, so engage through the glutes. And then the most important thing is to lift the rib cage away from the floor. So you're now aligning a long spine, that again, that word of neutral alignment. Long through the neck as well, and the supporting arm could be supporting, it could be on the floor, but it also could lengthen to the ceiling or could go on your pelvis. So choose where you want to be. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're now coming up to our side plank position. We're going to hold this position for a little bit, and remember that you can also lengthen through the arm towards the ceiling to make it a little bit more streamlined. The top shoulder is on top of the bottom shoulder. Beautiful work. We're holding for 12. 12 counts, nice and slow. 11. Good work. Keep squeezing through those glutes. 10. You can look up towards the sky if you want to, but you don't have to. You can just look ahead. Nice work. 9. Excellent. 8. Remember, you can lengthen through that bottom leg as well and keep on top of this bottom shoulder. 7. Good work. 6. Inhale through the mouth, through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 5. Nice. 4. Excellent. 3. Gentle squeeze through those glutes. 2. And we are coming off. 1. Bring yourself down to floor. Use supporting hand if you need some help to pick yourself up from that shoulder. Give your shoulder a little roll. And yet again, you need to choose the level that works for you, because if you feel that being on bent knees is just not doing enough for you today, just come up onto that straight, both straight legs, one foot mounted on top of the other. Elbow underneath the shoulder, again switching through the side. Find your leg position. Ideally do the same leg position that you had before. However, one shoulder may be very different to the other, and you might want to start challenging yourself. Tilt the hips forwards and backwards, find a point in the middle, engage through the glutes, engage through the center, and last but not least, lift up through the rib cage away from the floor, holding the shoulder away from ear. Inhale, as you exhale, do whatever you would like with that arm. Place it on a hip or up to the ceiling, and then we're coming up to our plank position. So let's ensure that we have everything in place, that the neck is long, the top shoulder is stuck on top of the bottom shoulder, the glutes are engaged, the center is engaged as well. 12. Beautiful. 11. Keep engaging through that core. 10. I'm just going to move my arm here to show you something. 9. Just shrink through those ribs at the front as well. Okay, so tighten through those ribs. 8. Good work, everybody. 7. Keep inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. 6. Nice and slow. 5. Pelvis in that neutral alignment, okay? 4. Drawing in through the glutes. 3. Pulling in through the belly button towards the lower back. 2. Fantastic work. And 1. Release again. Use that bottom spare hand to help you to come away from the floor. Give your shoulder a gentle roll as well, and release through that. How did that feel? Not too bad, I hope. So we're going to go back to our center. Then we'll go back onto our shoulders. So what I would like you to do is to unfold yourself in a way again where you have the mat in front of you and you have the mat behind you as well. So inhale, and as you exhale, melt down to the floor. However, hold yourself above the floor if possible. So you can see my knees are gently bent, but if you can lengthen the legs as well. You can bend your knees if you're struggling. So from here, inhale, and as you exhale, either lift one leg or both legs. I'm going to have a little hang around here, okay? So if you have one leg on the floor, just keep it there, and I'll ask you when to change. We're just going for another 5, 4, beautiful, 3, 2, and for those who had one leg on the floor, can you just change your leg now? That's it, good work. Going for 5, chin away from the chest, 4, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, 3, really tall, strong through the core, 2, and 1. Release to floor, give yourself a gentle hug, and give yourself a gentle side to side as well. Groin stretch team here. Place both of your hands inside of the thigh, catching onto your ankles or your shins, Just pushing the legs out to the side as well. Maybe again giving yourself a gentle roll on that lower section of the lower back, the sacrum section. That's it. And from here, bring yourself in and then back roll over again onto your front. Now this time you're going to end up on your front and end up on your knees. So knees and hip width apart. We're going up into the camel's back. So exhale and then inhale down into the cat's back. So now I'm just going to ask you to continue with this exercise for a second, and I'm going to wrap my hair around my head, otherwise I feel like I have a massive horse tail hanging down as I'm trying to focus and communicate with you. Exhale, bring it up, draining through the navel, and then inhale, gently push down. Again, you push down only as far as you feel you can. The spinal mobility of the concave and a convex spine. That's it. Now sitting back onto the heels, going into the child's pose, release and stretch. You're very welcome to open up through the legs a little bit more to sink in through the upper body. Do keep your pelvis on the floor if you can, or on those heels, and forehead will go towards the floor, and we're pressing with the bottom of the forearm, with the inside of the armpit towards the floor. That's it. Coming back up nice and tall, and I did say we're going to come back to our shoulders, and we do so in the position of the plank. So placing ourselves onto the elbows, lying onto the floor to start off with. For those who want to, you can come up onto your knees. For those who want to, come up onto fully extended plank. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift up, and this is where you may want to stay. So this is absolutely up to you. From here, breathe in, and as you breathe out, lift from one leg. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift through the other. And we are holding. Nice and easy. Drawing in through the navel. You can gently contract through the glutes as well. Long through the neck and easy through the hands. Shoulders underneath, shoulders on top of your elbows. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Shoulders melting to the base of your spine. We're going for 6. Nice and slow. 5. 3. And lower through one knee and through the other, and then push back into child's pose, release. Super slow. That's it. Well done. And come up nice and tight and nice and high, and roll through the shoulders. Last but not least, a little bit of leg work before we wrap up the class. So bring ourselves into that front leg position. The front knee is above the front ankle, and back knee is on the floor. However, know that you can lengthen that leg up and push the knee up towards the ceiling, but do keep it nice and soft. Inhale, as you exhale, lengthen and reach towards that front leg, but do promote a long spine as you do so, pulling in through the navel, and then come in super slow. If you need to hold on to the furniture to do so, because you feel that the floor maybe is too low or too far away, then you can do that as well. You can hold on to your chair, your table, your desk. Exhale, pushing back. Again, long through the spine, chin stays away from the chest, the arms are relaxed, the shoulders are relaxed, and come back in. 3 more to go. Push it back. That's it. Remember that back leg can be lengthened. That will slightly change the positioning of the exercise. So let me just kind of show that to you. So if your back leg is lengthened, you're essentially now stretching both of the legs. You can also press the heel down of the back leg to kick into the calf stretch as well. Last to go. Inhale, shoulders relaxed, exhale. That's it. Well done, everybody. Position, and super slowly and gracefully, hopefully, we are switching through the legs. So open up through the groin as much as you can. Gently push the pelvis down towards the floor and show the front knees above the front ankle. Inhale, and as you exhale, we are moving back. That's it. Beautiful work. And inhale. Exhale. Keep going, team. Super slow. Remember, you can keep that back leg lengthened. Good work. Give me 4 more to go. Let me just check something on the screen. Fantastic. You're going down. Remember, we can lengthen through that back leg the stretch will be deeper, bigger, and it will also include the back leg as well. You also have an element of balance here as well. That's it, 2 to go. Inhale, press that pelvis down as you return. Exhale to go into the lengthening. Keep the long spine in place. And 1 more to go. Inhale and exhale, lengthening. Super, and well done everybody. Good work. Come back in, release through the legs. Nice work. And then we're going to go into a seated position and seated stretch of the glutes. So inhale, one leg goes across the other. It doesn't matter which one, choose one. You can go 50-50 on this one. And rotate through the spine, looking towards the back of the room, the back of the space that you're in. Shoulders are relaxed and melting down. And we're kind of having a gentle tug of war between the arm and the leg. So the arm is really pulling on the leg. And at the same time, the spine is rotating away from the leg. That's it. And now we're coming back in. Inhale. And as you exhale, bringing the leg in. Gentle hug. Lengthen and grow. Super tall. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. So again, use the bicep, use the strength of the upper arm to hug the leg closer. And then rotate past that leg further and away from it. Super. Great work, team. Coming back in, inhale, both feet together. Exhale, gentle groin stretch in place as well. You can find that quite rewarding. Nice work. And last but not least, we're just going to go for the stretch of the front of the thigh. So I would like you to place yourself onto your side, onto a little like a pillow position. And then bring one leg in and then pull it back. And as you pull it back, push the pelvis forwards and squeeze the glutes together. That's it. Keep the knees nice and close to one another. And the knee of the stretched leg is in line with the rest of the body. That's it. Inhale and exhale through that stretch. And you can either roll onto the other side or you can switch your position. But for the demonstration purposes, I'm just going to hold my bottom leg the same way I held my upper leg. So I can see you and I don't have to just switch around. However, ideally, if you can, just roll over to the other side and do the same thing, okay? So holding the same arm will hold the same leg. That's it. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. All right? All the best.